Forum podcast. Today, we have a woman who I recently got to meet, and let me tell you, she's fascinating. The amazing Dr. Dorothy gets to spend time with us, and oh my, do I have questions for her. She's an absolutely outstanding woman, and I can't wait for you all to meet her. So, hello, Dr. Dorothy. How are you? Welcome to the podcast.
Hello there. I am marvelous. It's so great to be here. Thank you for
Eh,
asking me.
Of course, of course. I know you have such a rich history and of the many things. Okay, so let's share with people what you currently do, what your current specialty is.
What my current specialty is
Yes.
working with executives, high-end executives who are at that point where they have made their many, many millions a year and now realizing the price they paid to get there.
Ooh, love that.
Right?
Yeah.
Because frequently the leaders we have out there, the extraordinary leaders, have worked so hard to get to where they are that now that they've reached it, they realize they left a part of themselves way back there.
Yeah.
And they have the power, they have the money, they have all those things that they thought were very important.
Yeah.
And now the realization is what's really important is what's your legacy? Who are you
Ooh,
going to be as you go forward in your life? Whether you're 45, 55, 65, 75, you may have another 30, 40, 50 years here. What
yeah.
are you going to do with the rest of your journey? What does that look like? Who do you want to be in the rest of the journey? And are you willing to recognize that the price may have been a number of marriages? The price may have been relationships with your children. The price may have been losing that sense of passion and vibrancy and aliveness
Yeah.
that fed them when they were first starting, right?
Yeah.
So, what is the price, and are you ready to reclaim it, to recognize the price you paid and go forward? Whatever that looks like, I don't have an agenda as to what that would look like.
Yeah.
I want to support them discovering
Yeah.
who it is they want to be, how they want to get there, and what they want that to look like.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, I love the questions that you ask. And it's not where do you want to go or what do you want to do? What's your legacy? Wow. You
Yeah.
can feel the weight of that one. I'm language
Yeah.
sensitive, so that one really resonates with me. I love that.
Right.
That's a
You
beautiful
know,
one.
because sadly, many of people, when they think of legacy, they think of money. Money is a
Yeah.
wonderful thing to leave your next generation or the generation after that, or even after that. But if all you leave is money,
Yeah.
you've left a massive void.
Yeah.
What
Absolutely.
if you were to leave a value system? What if you were to leave a global outlook of we are all global citizens? What if
Yeah.
your legacy is that we are all walking this earth together?
Yeah.
So many legacies that the money can help enhance.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I love also you take people on quite the personal journey too. It's not just
I do.
a week retreat. This is a very beautiful, beautiful journey that they get to
Oh,
experience with you.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How long do people usually I believe they stay with you depending on which they work with you for. Sometimes I think it's 6 months, sometimes it's a year, or they keep going because I know you also have a school.
Right. I've had my contract is generally a year,
A year.
but
That's what it was.
people renew. I've had people renew
Yeah.
for 3.5 years till they broke free of everything they were doing and recreated themselves in this process of 3.5 years together and created all new companies and then moved on and became the person they wanted to be, doing what it is they really wanted to do rather
Yeah.
than what they had been doing for the past 20 years. So, and now I've got a company and with two partners for the first time. I formed five companies by myself, one with $1 million payroll, and now I've got another company. We
That's
just
extraordinary.
started a few months ago, and it's a 2 day retreat. This is starting a 2 day. This most recent one is 2 days in New York City, a 6 month mastermind, and it ends with a 5 day retreat in Italy. So it's a very different program. It's 2 days, 6 months, 5 days.
Yeah.
And so,
Very
yeah,
different.
but that's a group of
Hmm.
12. So it's really three of us taking a small group of 12. So there's lots of personal attention,
Yeah.
lots of accountability,
Hmm.
lots of depth of awareness. So it's It's an exciting adventure. If we don't keep growing, we can't support others to keep growing, right?
Oh yeah.
So the more we're willing to undertake our own transformations and our own transformations of our services,
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
more we can, in authenticity, say, okay, who are you ready to become and what are you ready to do now
Yeah.
to bring that passion, that excitement, and that newness into your life? Yeah.
Definitely. I think there's such, and it breaks my heart because I think there's a misunderstanding in the culture where some people will look at working with a coach as, oh, that's not for me, or working with a practitioner or a therapist, oh, that's not for me. When really you and I truly resonate with it. And it's so beautiful because people, when you realize the value of a practitioner or a coach or a therapist and what they do for you on a personal level,
Mm-hmm.
huge life
Humongous.
altering,
Right.
life changing level of awareness.
Right. And that's really what this is about is how can I support you? I mean, we can do this. I'm not very friendly, but at the same time, let's sit down and get this together,
Yeah.
babes, because you hired me. So let's get to work. And it
Yeah.
really is about how can I help you if you don't have it yet, concretize a view of what the next 1, 5, 10 years looks like.
Yeah.
And how can I help you become the person who can live that vision of the 1, 5, 10 years down the road?
Yeah.
Those are two very big pieces. One is the vision, the other one is becoming the person who can do that. Because the person today cannot live that dream of 10 years. You have to become that person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so. And I also love, we'll look at athletes or we'll look at people who we see in the world and we see them excel, and people don't necessarily think beyond an athlete that they work with a coach or they work with a therapist or a practitioner, and they do. And
Yes.
that's where it lights up for me, where it goes, you see these people excelling, absolutely excelling in so many things, and you don't think they have a squad of people that are helping them, or very trusted people that
God
are close to
willing.
them that are helping them along the way to become the person that they're working to be. Absolutely.
But this is where those that don't get in trouble. You take an athlete, let's just say he or she, they're doing great in college
Mm-hmm.
and they get a pro contract. Let's
Yeah.
just take a football player, it could be any sport, you name it, tennis, it could be
Mm-hmm.
anything. But they become a pro football player. Now, this kid here may have been in college on scholarship, or
Mm-hmm.
he or she may have been in college because their parents could well afford the college,
Mm-hmm.
right? Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But now they, on in and of themselves, have little to no money, right?
Yeah.
So now they become a pro and they're making 10 million.
Oh yeah.
What we see is those who don't go through this growth process with whoever that may be, a therapist, a coach, an advisor,
Mm-hmm.
whatever they
Yeah.
choose, somebody who
Mm-hmm.
can say, okay, let's not blow 5 million in the first 3 months. Let's not buy 5 cars, 4 homes,
Yeah.
and give away everything to every neighbor and friend and family member you've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Let's sit back a moment
Yeah.
and let's look at that money. Let's look at not just all the fantasies of what you can do with that.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you need to be to not just have this first year contract?
Yeah.
What kind of player do you need to become because you're extraordinary here? What
Yeah.
kind of player do you need to become to have this sustained, to renew that contract again and again and again?
Mm-hmm.
Because this isn't a 90-year contract. So, what are you going to do to renew it? You not only have to become a better ball player,
Yeah.
you have to develop even greater skills as a team player,
Yeah.
even greater skills being in the professional eye where you're scrutinized every inch of the way. You have to become somebody who knows his or her value system
Very much so.
and who is committed to those value systems.
Yeah.
And once you have all of that, now let's look at, now do you want to buy yourself a home or a home for
Yeah.
your mom, as some of them are doing? Now let's get that 1 car, not 12 cars. Let's get that home. All right. And let's look
Very
at what are
much.
you going to do for savings? What is your long-term vision? Do you have children? Do you want to put away for college? So
Mm-hmm.
all of these different factors, because unfortunately we see so many get so excited with the millions and the power that comes from being a celebrity
Very
that they
much.
get used and abused by people who see their vulnerabilities or see their
Hmm.
huge ego and take advantage by pacifying the ego and then really taking advantage of a poor innocent soul that
Yeah.
truly, and I think poor innocent soul does grab. I don't care if they've slept with 97 men or women on the road, and I don't care
Hmm.
if they've done all kinds of gambling and drugs. I don't care what it is. They're just
Yeah.
innocent souls entering a new world they know nothing about,
About, yeah,
right?
very much
So
so.
an advisor or a consultant, a coach, whatever word you want to put on it,
Hmm.
is somebody who can say, let me help you become the person you need to be
Yeah.
to succeed at a profession you love so that you can sustain this profession, but also sustain the benefits, but
Very,
recognize the needed growth that's required in
I
order
love
to
that.
become a legacy and not just a player,
There you go.
right?
Yeah, very much so.
Very different approach.
Hugely different. And I love
Yeah,
how much emphasis you put on not just the external, but also the internal to
right.
become the person. That I can completely agree. And sometimes people will say it so fast. You have to become the person that is worthy of that or deserving of that, whatever it is. The weight, though, as you speak, the weight of those words resonates so differently, which also adds to the value that you bring. You
Right.
can truly feel the energetic carry of the preciousness that you put on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
that's extraordinary.
I wish everyone in the world could succeed,
Yeah,
whatever that means to them, because it means something different to everybody.
completely.
But we need to own this I am. We need to own that sense of self, right?
That's
In
gorgeous.
order
Yeah.
to make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Own that I am. Oh my gosh. Dr. Dorothy, we got a bumper sticker that or like make a t-shirt or something. That is beautiful. Was there or who was there in your life that was really pivotal for you that helped you own your I am? I know you've had so many beautiful years of growth, just personal growth, and then growth in the world of building 5 companies. That's extraordinary.
Right.
Where did this desire come from? Who helped it?
I
Nurtured
would say it came, we all come in with different skills that are pronounced early,
it?
right?
Yes.
I came in and I was in an orphanage and then adopted and raised in the projects in Southie and South Boston. But there was one woman, I haven't thought about her in a long time, Kitty
Mm.
Lynch, who lived up the road from me. And every Sunday after CCD class, after confraternity of Christian doctrine, we had to do, as growing up as an Irish Catholic girl, they went to
Yeah.
church every Sunday morning. Then we go to CCD. And then I would go to Kitty's house and she would have on the stove, a coal stove, she would be heating it. I would have English muffins and tea because Irish drink tea. So I would sit down and have my English muffins and tea. And Kitty would always say to me, you can get lost in that crowd over there, but you're special. You're
Mm.
somebody who's meant to do something. And
Yeah.
when that's the first time you hear that, you don't even ask, do what? It's just like, ooh, somebody thinks I'm special.
Yeah.
Somebody thinks I'm okay. Somebody
Yeah.
thinks I'm worthy. You have no clue worthy of what. Everybody's living in the housing projects, everybody's
Hmm.
surviving, but I'm
Yeah.
worthy. And so it's a very different experience. And through my life, that carried me. And then I remember, I mean, these are little things, but they're powerful. In the 6th grade, I went from the public school. I was a precocious child and then even more precocious adolescent. My parents sent me from the public school to the Catholic school. And my teacher was, I said, one day I said to her, why are you picking on me all the time? So I was always in detention. I was always in trouble. There was something going on. And she just looked at me and she said, Dorothy, you only pick apples from the best trees.
Aw.
To this day, I mean, I was in the 6th grade, which I dare say was a few years ago. And I still can see sisters standing in front of me who I was
Wow.
sitting in my chair and saying, Dorothy, you only pick apples from the best tree. And thinking, wow.
Full body
So
chills.
those types of affirmations
Yeah.
that we get when coming from a violent home, coming from a home where
Mm.
we were all invalidated all the time,
Mm.
to have these different situations where
Yeah.
somebody says, I see you,
Yeah.
you recognize the power of being seen. And
Very
so
much
through
so.
the other different experiences in my life, we don't need to go through all of them, but other experiences in my life, whether it's 10 or 15 years apart, is irrelevant, where somebody in some way similar said, I see you.
Yeah.
That says, wow, I'm not crazy. There is something of value in here. There is something of worth in here.
Yeah.
And you hear that enough times. And even with all of us have those moments of, I don't know anything, I'm not good enough at whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And you can do a reality check. You realize, wow, I have been so blessed in my life. And
Very much
realize
so.
we're all here with different purposes. And for me, the power of those moments, my spiritual purpose here is, how can I help others feel seen?
Oh, I love
How
that
can I
one.
help them find their purpose? Because I
Yeah.
believe we all have a purpose here. How can I
Mm-hmm.
help them feel seen? And not because they're a hotshot executive, not because
Mm-hmm.
they are a celebrity, not because they are some big name sports player, but because they're them.
Yeah.
Not
Very
see
much so.
their accomplishments, see them. Because
Yeah.
we are not our accomplishments. We are so much more than our accomplishments,
Yeah.
you know?
Very much so. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. I love that. Help them feel seen. Wow.
Mm.
That's that is just stunning. I love
Mm-hmm.
that. So you also created a program, not just a program, you created a school.
I created it. One of my companies was a school I created that started out with just me, a little avocation teaching a 1 6 week
How
course,
cool is
self healing.
that?
Yes, it became ultimately a 4 year program in a method of energy medicine I created. And for 19 years, I taught physicians, nurses, occupational therapists, massage therapists, physical therapists, social workers, psychologists, and people who wanted to become healers. So for
Yeah.
19 years, I had a 4 year program that I created in energy medicine, teaching a method of energy medicine I created. I have been so blessed. Yeah. It's
That
been
is
quite a story.
extraordinary. Can
Yeah.
you tell us a little bit about it? And what I love to share with people that I'm working so passionately to help them realize that energy is not woo woo, that it
Oh
really
my
does
God.
exist.
Energy is quantum physics. If you understand, this is I can just go. This is my oh my God. This is my yeah. And quantum physics is what we're talking about here. Quantum
Yeah,
mechanics and neuroplasticity. All right, to
yeah.
get just a little bit scientific.
Mm-hmm.
Quantum physics is dealing with the reality that everything out here is energy. And even if we don't use the terminology, we know quantum physics. Quantum physics is when you can walk into a room and feel the energy of that place.
Yes.
And is it the energy of the walls, the energy of individuals, the energy of all the individuals combined? You can
Mm-hmm.
walk into a room and feel violence. You can walk into a room and feel peace,
Yes.
right? You can
Yes.
walk into a room and feel warmth and acceptance, even though you don't know a soul.
Yes.
And you can walk into a room and feel invisible because
Very true too.
everybody is so caught in their own masks and their own defenses that nobody really sees anybody.
Yeah.
That's energy, that's quantum physics. And it's
Mm-hmm.
the same thing with the energy in our bodies, that we have energy in our body, and we measure EEG, ZEC. We measure all of these things. We measure the brain waves, we measure heart waves. The fact is that we're measuring the energetic patterns of the heart and the brain. The reality is every cell in our body is
Mm-hmm.
energetic, right? So an energy healer simply learns how to work with
No.
the quantum physics that exists within your body and how that radiates out. And if we look at disease, all disease begins on the spiritual level.
Mm-hmm.
If I say, and I don't, it doesn't matter about your predispositions never need to be actualized. But if
Mm-hmm.
my belief system is life is horrible and then you die, that's my spiritual belief. That's how I approach life.
Mm-hmm.
I am either going to be depressed or enraged. I'm going to
Oh,
go
very
into
much so.
survival or aggression.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm going to go emotionally, right? And that if I go into aggression and rage, that basically I'm going to suffer through this journey, but I'm going to come out of it okay. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to be enraged. We end up putting that energy in our body on a regular basis. Heart attacks, strokes, cancer. What kind of illnesses are going to develop from that? Or I'm going to be depressed because I don't have a chance in Hades. So this is it, I'm going to give up. So now we have
Mm-hmm.
depression. So we have liver disorders or lung. If we live in grief the entire life, we develop lung disorders.
Yeah.
So all of this spiritual belief impacts my emotional health, which impacts my physical health, and it even impacts our intellectual health because we read things from a filter
Mm-hmm.
that affirms our spiritual beliefs.
Yeah. I love
So
how you just line that
you,
up.
you
That's
see how that
beautiful.
goes? So if
Yeah.
my spiritual belief is that life is horrible and then you die, I'm going to read about a child with cancer who was cured, but life is you suffer, then you die. Yeah, kids get cancer. Is it really fair that kids get cancer?
Mm-hmm.
If I believe life is a gift and miracles happen every day,
Yeah.
I'm going to hear that story and feel so blessed and excited that that child was healed.
Yes.
Same story, I heard something
Two
completely different than the
Yep.
first one. Why? Because my spiritual beliefs are different. Now, this isn't about religion at all.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever your religion is, God bless you. I'm glad you got one.
Mm-hmm.
But this is about spirituality, much bigger. The spirit's the
Yeah.
essence of who we are as embodied beings, embodied
Mm-hmm.
essence or souls, whatever our faith is.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got this belief system spiritually, which is impacting us emotionally, which creates a filter through which we hear every story, through which we read every book, through which we see every movie,
Yeah.
which then
Absolutely.
impacts us emotionally, impacts us physically, and so forth. That's quantum physics, right? So
Yeah.
if we look at this, quantum
I
physics,
love.
quantum mechanics is simply how am I using this energy? If I
Mm-hmm.
know my tendency whenever I run into difficulty is I am stupid and I can't do anything, do I want the mechanics are how do I fix? Am I going to change that belief system of wait a minute?
Mm-hmm.
It's only a problem. As I told my kids, we have big problems and little problems, but every
Mm-hmm.
problem has a solution.
Very
So,
much so.
what's the solution? Then I'm not going to go into, I am stupid, I can't do anything. I ran into an obstacle. Either I'm going to fix it by myself, or I'm
Yeah.
going to call a friend, or I'm going to call an expert to help me solve this problem. It's only a problem, right?
Yeah.
So,
I love
notice,
that.
right?
Yeah.
So, quantum mechanics, how do I fix what's going on in here? Not how do I fix me? I'm already perfect. I just have these things that are getting in the way of my perfection, if you will, shining out there.
I love
And
how you
so,
just said, how do I fix what's in here? Because usually I'll
right,
say the feelings or the emotion that's coming up and how do I fix what's going on in here?
yeah. And when you look at it, and then neuroplasticity, the last of these three things, quantum physics, quantum mechanics, and neuroplasticity, which is just belief systems.
Mm-hmm.
If every time someone says to me, you look fat,
Mm-hmm.
and I go into, just imagine a little house out in the backyard, a little shed out in the backyard,
Mm-hmm.
and I walk the same path all the time. Eventually, I eliminate the grass, right? It's just a
Mm-hmm.
dirt path out to the shed.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody says to me constantly, you look fat or you look ugly. I don't like your dress, whatever the case may
Mm-hmm.
be. And I immediately go to I'm inept. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I've cleared a pathway. I don't even need to think about it. The moment
Yeah.
that's said, I'm inept. That's the pathway I use. That's the neural pathway I've created.
Mm-hmm.
If in neuroplasticity, I choose to create another neural pathway,
Mm-hmm.
and someone says to me, you look fat or you're dumb or you're whatever there,
Mm-hmm.
and my immediate response is they're having a bad day.
Mm. Huge difference.
You neuroplasticity, I create a new neural pathway,
Yeah.
takes me to the shed, but in a very different direction, and I go in
Yeah.
through a different door. Because now I've understood that the quantum physics puts me here.
Yeah.
I don't want to go there. So, what belief system do I need to shift? What neural pathways do I need to create?
Yeah.
And when I create that neural pathway, my body responds differently.
Completely.
Okay. So, not
Yeah.
only do I not energetically collapse, I sit up a little taller and say,
Yeah.
ooh, I feel really, the poor soul, I wonder if I can help. Versus
Yeah.
initially, I want to say, who do you think you are, Harry?
Yeah.
You know, now, oh, how can I help? They must be having a bad day. And so
Mm-hmm.
my heart opens, shifts the energy, right?
Very much so.
Puts me out of defense, puts them out of defense when we open our heart,
Yeah.
right? Everything starts to change. So when you look at this, it can sound so, oh my God, it's so impressive. It's quantum physics, it's quantum mechanics, it's neuroplasticity, it's nothing. It's just understanding the process.
So very much so. I love how beautifully you broke it down.
I love to create simple patterns, simple systems.
Totally.
I don't need you know how smart I am. Let me tell you all my 15-letter words. Really, how impressed, how impressed. Nobody can understand a word you're saying. I'm impressed. Let's look at this. It doesn't need to be complicated.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
take all of this and make it simple. And if we're here to help make the world a better place, it's knowing how to speak so we're understood.
Very much
Right?
so.
All of this is linguistics. How can I speak so that I'm understood? If I'm speaking to a scientist, I can talk about quantum physics in a minute, neuroplasticity, what's going on with this and that, and what have you seen, what's happening with this particular
Yeah.
hormone, and how that hormone is impacted. And did you see what happened to the adrenals when this took place? The immune system was going. But if I'm speaking to somebody else who's saying, neuro what?
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to say, if you change how you think, you'll change how your body responds.
Very much so.
Oh, now I get it. Okay.
Very
So
much so.
who am I talking to and what will they understand?
Yeah.
Not how can I flaunt my wealth of wisdom,
Yeah.
How
How
can I
can I
meet them where
understand?
they
Yeah.
are?
Where they are. Yep. That is beautiful. I absolutely love that. So when you're working with your clients and you're meeting them where they are, do you pay attention to their language first? What do you notice first? I imagine you probably feel their energy first also, depending on how they enter
Absolutely.
your space.
I feel the energy. And once I say hello, I don't care if I've met them here, or met
Yeah.
them on the phone.
Yeah.
Once I say hello, how do they respond energetically?
Mm-hmm.
Do they stand to show me how impressed I'm supposed to be? Do they just get comfortable and say, I'm so glad to finally meet you?
Yeah.
Am I speaking to their heart? Do I have to speak to their head first to prove that
Mm-hmm.
I'm intelligent and then I'll
Yeah.
go to their heart? Can I
Yeah.
go straight to their heart?
Yeah. Oh,
What have
that's
they opened
gorgeous.
up for me? What have they showed me that I can first go into? And
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter if we go in through their defenses, we go in through their
Mm-hmm.
head, we go in through their heart, we go in through their soul immediately.
Yeah.
Where are they, and how can I support them
Very much so.
so that they know I see them?
Yeah. That is absolutely beautiful.
Not complicated. Mhm.
It's funny is sometimes I feel like we can definitely overcomplicate it with saying and
Mhm.
learning all these things when really it is meeting them where they are. And if you think of like 7 billion people on this planet and I got to meet this person, how cool is that? Sometimes I think we take it not for granted or we're just so used to it that we don't find it remarkable when really it is remarkable.
Absolutely, absolutely. Think about this. COVID was horrible. COVID was a gift. It all
Mm,
depends on who you are. For me personally, the gift of COVID
hmm.
was that it brought me into my home. Instead of traveling an hour away in my office, I started
Yeah.
working at home. And
Wow.
instead of seeing everybody in person, I saw them on Zoom, which meant I now have the ability to have clients in Kuwait, which I have done, have clients in Hollywood, which I've done, have clients in Australia, which I've done,
Yeah.
clients in Canada. None of that would have been if I only saw you in my office.
Yeah.
And
Very much so.
so again, yes, there were lots of sad, unfortunate elements to
Hmm.
that, but there were also many wonderful, positive elements
Hmm.
to that. And what are
Yeah.
we going to focus on? What are we going to look at? We can't
Yeah.
deny both exist. That's an illusion. That's now we're going left and right. We're going good and
Hmm.
bad. I
Hmm.
eliminate good and bad, left and right, all of that. Let's just look at there are two sides here. What are
Yeah.
we going to do with it? And when you see that, then which one do I want to focus on?
Yeah.
I want to focus on
It's
the
your body,
gift
it's
it
your
gave to
energy.
me
Yeah.
was I now stay home.
Yeah.
I don't commute an hour on the highway. Thank you,
Yeah.
Lordy Lord. This is it. I can fly off with the client and go to France or go to Florida or someplace,
Yes, you
but
mentioned.
in Texas, wherever I go, but I work primarily here.
Yeah.
And what a gift. So those trips are fun. It's not a commute.
Yeah.
So how do you want to see your life? To me, it's a blessing. I've been blessed beyond words. As a gift.
Very
This
much
is
so.
this is a heck of a journey we're walking.
It very much is, especially with how beautifully, because people can say the same thing about technology, but truly, technology is also a phenomenal gift. I would have never met you if it wasn't for technology.
What, look at the gift of that. How blessed could we
See?
each be? Yeah, to meet the other.
Truly.
Yeah, and so what a gift. What a
Yeah.
gift it is. And we can again say technology is wonderful when it works.
Yeah.
And when it doesn't, I could say a swear word or two. But when
Yeah.
it does work, it's a gift beyond words. So being
Very much so.
honest,
Yeah.
just be honest. But everything has ups and downs.
Yeah.
Everything has good and bad.
Very much so.
Welcome, welcome to life. It's
Yeah.
the journey we're walking, right?
Definitely. It's so funny is I always think, even if internet is giving me a problem, I'll still go, it's still better than dial-up. It's still better than dial-up. Um, do you have, it's true. Now you're always thinking about, do you have a daily routine or a daily practice that you like to give yourself that you use as a gift for yourself to continue to be the amazing being that you are?
Oh, thank you for that. But yes, I do, but intentionally chosen. Every
Oh,
morning, the moment I wake up, I do a meditation.
oh
You know,
wow. Yeah.
so it may be 5 minutes, it may be 20 minutes. It depends on
Hmm.
where when I wake up.
Yeah.
And I get out, that's even before I get out of bed. And then I get out of my bed. I just thank you, Lord. I've been given another day. Here I am, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
And then I
definitely.
get out, and then I do a lot of stretching and exercising. It's just okay. Now my soul feels good. Now that my body can want to wake up and say, "We can do this. We can do this."
Yeah.
Then do all the bathroom things you do. Washing your hair,
Yeah.
taking a shower, going to the bathroom, all of those things you do. Mouthwash, everything down, and then you get all that done, and then I go in at some point before or after I'll do my treadmill, depending on what I can
Nice.
do. Because some
Yeah.
mornings I can do an hour, some mornings I
Mm-hmm.
can't do an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And so doing my life and then coming in here and
Yeah.
working and loving what I do.
That
And then
is
in the
beautiful.
evening, it's just what do I want? Read a book, do a puzzle,
Yeah.
go out with a friend for dinner,
I love that.
yeah, and
Very
or
intentional. Yes. Very, very indeed.
very much so. And then more meditation before I go to bed.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that.
We
That's
need
beautiful.
to live consciously.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, we need to feed our soul. We need to feed our heart.
Yeah.
We need to take care of our body. This beautiful thing is getting us through the journey,
Yes.
and when people say, I hate my body, it's such a pain. I got pain, this pain, I get that pain, or
Mm-hmm.
I'm gaining this weight and I can't get rid of it, or I'm too
Yeah.
thin, I can't grow. And do you know that that body took you
Just
through every
listening.
experience you've ever had?
Yeah.
Do you know that body felt the joy of walking by that bakery and smelling that bread? Do you
Aw.
know that
Yeah.
that body showed you this exquisite child at the airport that just made you
Yeah.
laugh? This body has
That
blessed
is
us so much,
beautiful
right?
frame. Yes.
So
Very
how do
much
we
so.
take care of it? How do we take care of it rather than, yeah, welcome to lack of perfection. Every one of us can look and see 14 things wrong with us when we look in the mirror. But
Mm-hmm.
can we find 15 things right with us when we
Oh,
look
I
in the
love
mirror
that one.
is the question.
Very
Yeah,
true. That is
yeah.
gorgeous. I have one more question for you.
Go
And
right ahead.
and I know for sure you have established so many legacies so far. What is one that you are intentionally choosing for yourself?
The biggest legacy I pray I leave for all those who have touched me is that this is a spiritual journey.
Mm,
And we are truly called to make a difference in this world
yeah,
because we are all walking this world together.
I love that. We
Yeah.
are all walking this road together. That is gorgeous. Ah, Dr. Dorothy, you are exquisite.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you so much. This is
Thank
such a
you.
joy. What a delight
You,
you are. What a great host.
you are such a joy. Thank you so much for all that you shared. If people wanted to reach out to you directly, what's the best way for them to reach you?
They can go through my website, askdrdorothy.com,
Perfect. And it's a beautiful
or
website.
email me, Dorothy at askdrdorothy.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And it is a beautiful website. All that will be in the show notes. Thank you so much to our listeners. And thank you, Dr. Dorothy, for spending time with us today. It was a
You are so
pleasure.
welcome. Have a
Mhm.
wonderful day.
You too.
Bye
To our
bye.
listeners, We'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much.